If you've never touched Polygel before, this is the video you need to see. But before we get into it, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that bell so you know when I upload my videos. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. It's Mia, and welcome if you're new. Hopefully when you leave here, you're able to leave with a couple of new tools in your toolbox so you can go ahead and get your nails together. Now, some of you may be wondering, what is Polygel exactly? And Polygel is basically a hybrid nail enhancement product. It combines some qualities of acrylic with hard gel, but it's its own system in a way. With Polygel, you have gel and acrylic powder hybrid, and it hardens through like LED or UV lamp. It's more lightweight, but it still also has that like hardness of an acrylic. And of course, we already know what acrylic is. Most of us usually start out our nail journey as young ladies getting our nails done with just the plain acrylic, right? That's with the liquid monomer mixed with the polymer powder. It air dries through a chemical reaction, and with that you can usually soak it off with acetone, versus with Polygel you could just file that down because it is a bit softer. Another great thing about Polygel is the fact that it is odorless, and you don't have to worry about having a certain level of ventilation for your space because of the fact that it is not like acrylic and monomer, and we all know how that smells, right? If we've ever gotten our nails done in a nail shop or with our favorite nail tech, we know how that smells. Some people are addicted to the smell, like myself, but some people don't want to have to deal with that in their space or their home or whatever you are, and Polygel is perfect for that reason. Now, the key component to making sure your Polygel or any enhancement lasts is prepping your nails. As you can see, I've already pushed back my cuticle on my nail, and now I am using a cuticle bit. I will have everything linked in the description below so you can check it out at my Amazon storefront. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and ask, hey, what is this? What is that? And I will absolutely comment back. As you can see, I'm using my sanding band. It looks a bit smaller than your normal one. That is a mandrel bit with the sandpaper, of course. Does the same thing as the regular one. I just like the small one because I got tiny fingers. Now, that does take off the shine of your nail. Just like any other enhancement, we have to make sure we push our cuticle back. Make sure that stuff is not on our nail plate because of the fact that we don't want to have any lifting. And after we take off that cuticle from, using our cuticle bit, we go in with our mandrel bit that takes off the shine. You use a fine grit for that. You don't use a super rough grit, okay? Think of it like this. The higher the number, the softer the grit. If you're a beginner, for instance, you don't want to use a 80 grit sanding band or an 80 grit hand file on your natural nails because that is too rough. Okay, now this portion is optional. I like the seamlessness that nipping my cuticles give me for my finished product. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, especially because of the fact that some people are afraid of nippers, and I understand that. Again, all of that will be linked below in my description box so you guys can check everything out that you would need to apply Polygel, including Polygel. Okay, I'm going to show you guys my favorite one right now. My favorite one is the Macart Polygel. It has, at least for me, I can handle it a lot easier. It stays in place and I don't have to worry about it slipping and sliding everywhere like slipping and slide records. Okay, after nipping and everything, I spray my fingers off with alcohol to ensure that everything is clean, and it needs to be like dry before you get to applying your nail tips. Now, I do have the Nails and Blinks nail tips. These are a coffin shape because of the fact that I ran out of my stiletto shape, and I love a good stiletto. Use any shape of your liking, but as you can see, all I did was just shape them up, pre-cut them so I can shape them with my 80 grit hand file. This is the only time I would recommend you using a 80 grit hand file, 80 or 8100, something like that. That is to shape your nail tip or to kind of shape your final product when it comes to the application of your polygel or acrylic, because the product can handle it. Now, even with the next step that you guys are gonna see, that is up to you. I personally like to file my seams down, as you can see, to make sure my nail tip kind of blends a little better with my actual nail, because I don't know, I've been doing it since I started doing nails. I feel like it actually just makes your nails last longer, because of the fact that sometimes if you have too much glue, that surface can become, it's shiny, you know, so it's not gonna allow the product to adhere to the nail as good, if that makes sense. If you have like excess glue on your nail plate, again, we want to make sure our nail plate is, you know, shine free, so we can make sure our product stays there. I know it might look like I'm going to town on my nails right here, but I'm really not. I'm using a very, very light hand, and I'm using my e-file from Melody Susie, which is also in my Amazon storefront, and I'm using it on a very low RPM, okay? So for y'all, it will probably be like a 4 or 5, you know, 3, 4 or 5, something like that, something that you could probably handle. Now, if you're more experienced, you could take it on up if you want to. It's really up to you. Now, I did dehydrate my nails. I used the Mia Secret dehydrator, and I am using a acid primer, okay? Now, you don't have to use this. It can burn a little bit if it gets on your skin and your clothes. You have to be very careful with it. Right here, I'm also using my Young Nails protein bond, and when I say that trio right there, when I say the nails aren't coming off, sister, they're not coming off. All right, now after making sure everything is dried, I like to apply a base coat when it comes to me using polygel. Reason being is because of the fact that base coat has a tacky layer to it, and with that tacky layer, it actually makes the other product adhere to it, okay? It adheres perfectly. You don't have to worry about you trying to stick it to your natural nail and it's not staying there, because sometimes with some polygels or whatnot, I don't know, it just acts weird. But for me, this is just a preference of mine. You don't have to. You can use any base coat. Make sure you cure it part all the way for the 30 or 60 seconds that's required. And now we go ahead and apply our polygel. Now, everything here I did get off of Amazon. It either came with a polygel kit, which is another polygel kit that I had is the Model 1's polygel. That one's pretty decent as well, but my cart has really kind of like been that girl for me right now. And of course, what I put in my dapping dish is alcohol, okay? A good 70% alcohol would work just fine. You don't have to have super high potency for it to work. Some people like using slip solution. I feel like, honey, the simpler the better. It's easy for you to get alcohol in large amounts. So it's like you're rubbing alcohol. Yes, that is the slip solution that I'm using. Now, as far as application, you've seen I squeezed a good bit out onto my nail. Or you can use the spatula at the end of my tool that you see here, whichever one is most comfortable for you, which you'll see me use the spatula and later in the video, so I can show you guys different ways, as you can see, and reapply right back to the nail. You see how the polygel isn't moving around, it's not watery like acrylic. That's what we want. That's why this is so beginner friendly, because some people can't keep up with the monomer to powder ratio, and with this you don't even have to worry about that. When applying your polygel, as you saw, I was trying to make sure I kept a bulk of the product at somewhat the tip or the top of my nail, like closer to my cuticle, but not exactly at my cuticle. Reason being is because we want to try to build a apex. Now, if you don't know what an apex is, that is what actually helps your nails like withstand stress. So when you're picking up things, or it kind of helps your nail from breaking. Okay, and always clean your cuticle. Don't matter if something's there or not, just make sure you do it, because you don't want to have anything on the skin, because we don't want to cure that on the skin. We don't want to end up with contact dermatitis, because it is very real. Okay, now contact dermatitis is pretty much allergic reaction to any nail products, like your gel products. And the thing is, the more severe the situation, the more severe the allergic reaction can be. And it won't just be with nail products, it could happen with many other things as well. Be afraid, you'll be fine. Okay, don't panic, because we're always going to do what? Make sure the product is not on our skin, and we're going to be making sure we clean our sidewalls and our cuticle area, right? Making sure it's not flooded, right? And also, if we're applying the Polygel like we said, we're going to be taking our time, and it's not going to be moving around, so you don't have to worry about that, right? And we're going to cure it all the way, right? Now, you see me use a flash curing lamp. That was simply to hold that in place, but right after I put that thing in my big lamp. Okay, the big lamp that you see at the nail shop. Yes, you must cure it thoroughly, because you want to make sure this product is cured all the way through. We don't want to do a light cure or a flash cure. We want to make sure it is completely cured and hardened. Okay, now if you notice, I did use the spatula with this one. I squeezed out enough product, or the amount of product I thought or I think I need. I start at the top like I did before. Again, don't pull down too much, because it can move a little easy, but not like runny. It's not runny at all. Just want to always make sure you have that little hump, meaning your apex, so your nail can be strong enough. Okay, and again, always clean the side walls and clean underneath the nail to make sure there's no leftover product. With this nail, I felt like I didn't have enough product on it. I didn't have the highest apex that I would like for my liking, so that's why I went ahead and added some more, because I want to make sure my stress points are covered. You don't want your nails to be cracking, girl. Hopefully how I'm explaining it is actually pretty helpful for you guys. If you feel like it is, drop down below. Drop a blue heart if you feel like how I'm explaining it is actually pretty helpful. Now, I would say number one mistake I do see people make, like beginners make with Polygel, is poor product control, especially using too much product and overworking it. You can always start with a little bit and then cure it, and then go back and build, so you can make sure your structure is there, make sure your apex is there, make sure your sidewalls are even, like I was saying before. You don't want to over flood or overuse too much product, because of the fact that, for one, you're wasting product, because I did waste a little bit myself. I am a little bit more, astute to using Polygel and things of that nature, so I kind of can eyeball it. But I will say, in the beginning, for me, I used a little bit as I went. Okay, don't be afraid to use a little as you go, and you don't have to overwork the product. Overworking the product gives air bubbles, and you don't want that at all. Just squeeze a little bit out at a time, apply it intentionally, make sure it's in the right spaces, and cure it. Okay, you can always build. It's easier to build, it's harder to take off and then try to apply it again, if that makes sense. Again, make sure you sculpt the structure before you smooth it out. Make sure you have the structure right first. As you can see, I'm making sure my side walls and everything are covered. Okay, then you'll see me smoothing it out. Now, for the sake of time, I did skip through so I can go ahead and show you guys how I file everything. Now I did use my young nail swipe here to clean the tacky layer, like this. It's like a greasy layer a little bit off the top of the polygel. Always do this. You don't have to always have young nail swipe, even though I do have that linked below. You could just use alcohol to clean it off. Now for me, I like a good old-fashioned hand file first. Sometimes, you know, sometimes I like to go in with my hand file like this, so I can make sure everything is crispy and smooth. And not only that, you have more control when you're using the hand file, versus if you're a new person, if you're a beginner, trying to use an e-file can be a little intimidating, especially if you're not using the correct drill bits. Now with hand filing, I feel like, again, like I said, I have more control. I also can get under the nail to make sure everything is straight. There's no lumps, there's no bumps, there's no leftover product. If it is, I'm able to file it off easy. Also with a hand file, be a little careful. You know what I'm saying? Reason why I say that is because, as you can see, those edges, those straight edges on the side of that hand file, them jokers are sharp. They can kind of cut you, okay? So if you can, use another hand file to kind of rub it against one another. I should have showed y'all that in the video. My bad. Now, as you can see, to make sure everything is sealed, like my cuticles and things, I am using my 5-in-1 drill bit that I will have listed again in my Amazon storefront. I'm telling you, everything that you need to do your nails, I'm talking about almost everything you need to do your nails, will be listed in my Amazon storefront, okay? I'm talking about products as far as, like, if you're a person who likes to use acrylic is on there, polygel is on there, builder gel is on there, like builder in the bottle, all different types of things, drill bits, buffers, different liner brushes. Pretty much everything you need is in my Amazon storefront, so you don't have to go all over the Amazon store and get to searching for everything, because I got you. Now with this 5-in-1 drill bit, this one is a medium grit, which I absolutely love because it does get around the cuticle like I need it to and seals everything, but it also smooths everything out. It has a even more smoothing effect. After the 5-in-1, I went ahead and I buffed and I cleaned them off, and voila, we have our polygel nail set. Now, if you're new here, be sure to go ahead and check out my polygel toes video. I have quite a few on my channel, so you can have both fire nails and toes, and they're both polygel and you did them yourself. I teach you step by step how to achieve your salon look while at home, honey. And before you leave, be sure to comment down below what were your favorite parts and what helped you out the most, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.